Okay, welcome back. We're on question 2. And for this, I chopped off the questions. Let's just start by solving the model. And remember that the solution for this model is going to be a difference equation, or an equation that gives us an update rule for the state variable. And of course, we can look at this equation and know that the state variable is pi, because we have a pi t minus 1 here and we have a pi t here. And nowhere else do we see any updates through time. We have an it, but no it plus 1 or it minus 1, and we have a yt, but no yt minus 1 or yt. So our target is an update equation for pi t. And I'm going to define my y dot t, and that will be equal to yt minus 5,000 over 5,000. And I do this just to avoid having to mess with this, just for my sanity. Okay, so I'm going to begin by solving for yt dot as a function of pi t only. So I'm going to substitute this here, and then I'm going to substitute this here, and then I'll get an equation. So I'm going to have that yt dot is equal to 1/2 r plus pi bar, where am I reading? So that's the I bar, plus 3/2 pi t minus pi bar plus 1/2 yt dot. So I'm here, minus pi t. That's it. So we have the 1/2. It is this first part, and then pi t from the equation. So now I just need to pull out yt. So I'm going to pull this out, and it's going to multiply by 1/2 when I pull it out. So I get 1/4, and I'm going to subtract that. So I'm going to have yt dot minus 1/4 yt dot equals 1/2 r plus 3/2 pi t minus pi bar. And I'm going to add some parentheses here, because I'm allowed to put parentheses wherever I want. I have pi bar minus pi t, like this. Okay, so this yt just came to this side, and I multiplied by 1/2 and pulled it out, and then subtracted it. So then I factor yt, so I get 1 minus 1/4 is going to be 3/4 yt dot. And to be very, very clear, that is 1 minus 1/4 yt. Then on this side, I have r plus 3/2 pi t minus pi bar. And then here, I'm going to factor a minus sign out of this. I'm going to write minus. So I'm going to factor out a minus 1. So plus becomes minus. And then these switch signs. So I get pi t minus pi bar. And so we see this becomes 3/4 yt equals 1/2 r plus 3/2. And then now I can factor out pi t minus pi bar. So I can write this as 3/2 minus 1 pi t minus pi bar. Yeah. Now I'm going to multiply everything by 4/3. So the 4/3, I'm going to have 1/2 times 4/3, which is going to be 2/3. 2/3. R plus 3/2 minus 1 is just 1/2. This is 2/2. So 1/2 pi t minus pi bar. Okay, and then I'll just factor through the 2/3. So I get 2/3 r plus, and the 2 and the 2 cancel, so I get 1/3 pi t minus pi bar. Okay, and that's yt. We don't get to draw a box just yet, but we do get to move on to the next part, which is solving for pi t itself. So go up here, we have that pi t is equal to pi t minus 1 plus 1/2 yt dot plus s. And we have this is a dot here. I apologize. There should be dots everywhere. So we have that pi t is equal to pi t minus 1 plus 1/2, and I can substitute in my formula for pi t dot. That's going to be 2/3 r plus 1/3 pi t minus pi bar plus s. Okay, I need to get the pi t's together, so I'll factor through that 1/2. I get pi t is equal to pi t minus 1 plus 1/2 times 2/3 is 1/3 r. 1/2 times 1/3 is 1/6 pi t minus 1/6 pi bar plus s. And I'll bring the pi t to the left, so we're going to have 1. So we're going to end up with 1 minus 1/6 pi t is equal to pi t minus 1 plus 1/3 r minus 1/6 pi bar plus s. This will be 5/6. And so I multiply everything by 6/5. 6/5, so we're going to have 6/5 pi t minus 1 plus 6/5. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so we're going to have 2/5 r minus 6/6 is 1, so 1/5 pi bar plus 6/5 s. And that is the answer. And we're going to use that answer. I get a box, draw a box. It's always cathartic to draw a box. And I can use this answer to answer the questions in the next parts. So I'll see you then.